So let's go ahead, Path to the Peak goes in play. Let's go Scoop Up Net this Drizzile. So we're just gonna go Ride of the High King there. You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Today we are going to be covering over a deck profile and gameplay video of none other than Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX coming in hot with those two attacks, Ride of the High King doing a basic amount of damage, 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, but in a format where there's Genesects everywhere and there's just a bunch of different bench Pokemon, even like for the single strike variants, they have all those Houndoom and Crobat, you can often hit for 160 damage pretty easily. You have Max Lance that does 10 plus 120 for each energy that you discard off this Pokemon, up to 2 energies, so you can do 250 damage pretty easily with that. That's not really enough to knock out a V Pokemon or anything else like that, but you do have the opportunity to hit with Inteleon to do quick shooting damage, to kind of carefully line up those energies and those kind of deal with the extra damage that you need to be dealing with. Now, in order to kind of deal with the energies, because you are discarding energies and you want to be able to power things up quick, we do have access to Melanie, so you're able to kind of get the energies back out of your discard pile and roll with the Melanie. So in this video, we will be kind of going over all of that. The deck list is in the description. You can copy and paste that right into PTCGO. And if you're missing any of the cards for this deck, you can go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code ZLesage5 to save 5% on your next order of codes. That is also in the description, so by all means, check that out. It helps support me as a content creator. If you're trying to do it a little bit more free, give this video a thumbs up right now. It does really help support, boost the YouTube algorithm. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 10K views, peeps, or 10K subs, peeps. We already got 10K views, 10K subs. Let's get it. Let's jump into the deck profile and see exactly what's going on. And then after that, we're going to be going into some gameplay. So here you have it, the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX deck. So we have the 4-3 line of Ice Rider Calyrex. Ice Rider Calyrex V, not really the most important attacker. I mean, I have seen some cases where Pierce is kind of cool, but really our main bread and butter of this deck is going to be the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, using Ride of the High King if we do not want to discard energies. So kind of going for a 2-hit. If you're not getting a one-shot with Max Lance, or you're not able to line things up with quick shooting damage, go for Ride of the High King for the most part. That's the rule of thumb. You don't want to be going Max Lance, then Ride of the High King. So think of the order of operation when you're choosing these attacks to see the utmost success with Ice Rider. We also have access to that Drizzile line to search out things with shady dealings, which allows us to play some pretty cool tech cards like Path to the Peak to lock our opponent out of the game. So Pokemon with Rule Box in play have no abilities. We don't really have any abilities in this deck for Rulebox Pokemon, so we could freely use our shady dealings and our quick shooting, while our opponent's not going to be able to use anything else on their side. They're not going to be able to use Genesect's ability. They're not going to be able to use Crobat. They're not going to be able, that's really what's going to slow them down. So our deck, while we have a lower damage output, we can slow them down, gain extra turns back with Path to the Peak, and in the case of Mew, taking their Fusion Strike energy away, taking away our opponent's Hiding Dark energies, Speed Lightning, Fan of Waves can be absolutely huge. Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX also has a bunch of other random techs that you could be playing, Scoop Up Net to kind of get things out of the active spot, use things again. It's a really technical deck. It's pretty neutral if you ask me. As long as you're not playing against Zacian, Zamazenta, you're pretty good to just kind of wiggle through the metagame. Every match is just going to be close, but we'll have to see how it plays out. We're either going to play a game or two and see exactly what's going on with this deck. If you do want to learn more about this deck on a 1-on-1 format, I do offer coaching on Metafy. You can check out my coaching at metafy.gg/@ZachLesage. I coach players and help them grow into the successful players that they want to be, whether that's winning an online tournament, whether that's getting your world's invites. I definitely have a lot of different skill sets that I could show you. So if you're looking to grow as a player, hit me up. That's in the description. If you have any questions, hit me up on Discord or Twitter or however else you want to contact me. But I'm more than excited to help some players grow. That being said, we're going to jump into Ice Rider Calyrex and see exactly how this deck performs in some gameplay. So in this game, I'm going to be playing against my good pal PJ from the Shuffle Squad. Shout out to PJ for helping me find a matchup. When it comes to playing these decks, sometimes I like to play against direct matchup, and we're going to be playing against Mew VMAX. So I won the coin flip. While it is scary that they can go Meloetta, I think I really want to be able to go first with this deck, just so we could evolve our Pokemon. Fingers crossed we got an Ice Rider and a Sobble. I'm fine with a mulligan there because we did not have an Ice Rider or a Sobble. That's really where we want to be starting off with. We have both. I think we're pretty much chilling as long as we can get past the first turn. Fingers crossed that PJ doesn't absolutely destroy us with a Meloetta, especially giving Mew extra cards is scary, but you want to know what? We have opportunities here. I think we actually want to start with the Sobble here. The reason for that is that PJ will need to get some kind of escape rope or some kind of thing going on like that. We also have the Quick Ball that can get the energy in the Scar Pal, so I think we're kind of chilling right now. Not like the absolute greatest start. I'd like to have like one more piece, but reasonably I cannot complain here. We got kind of everything else that we want. So again, Sobbles just in case they go for some kind of Meloetta play or anything else like that. Now we're going to go Ice Rider Calyrex V. I'm going to go ahead and... before I put that down, I'm going to search for my deck. Let's go with something that I've learned. Let's pitch the water energy away because you want to have those for Melanie. We can see that we have prized an Ice Rider. We haven't prized any of those. We prized a Drizzile. We are good for the rest of our Pokemon in the deck. What else did we prize? So far, everything's looking pretty good. We have the Scoop Up Net in our hands. We prized a Boss's Orders, which could be huge. I think we prized a Marnie. We prized 2 Melanie, which could be huge. So we have to be very careful for our Melanies because, so just maybe like using Max Lance a little bit more, I don't know, we'll chill out on the Max Lance. I guess that's what we're trying to get to. So we're going to grab the Sobble just in case our opponent does anything there. Doing it like this, gonna attach the energy there, and we're gonna keep our hand as is because I think we're just kind of vibing right now. So let's go ahead here, pass our turn. Fingers crossed that PJ does not play Pokemon Catcher, Knockout, Ice Rider, Calyrex. And I mean, with all those cards in their hand, I think Battle VIP Pass, PJ's off to a great start. Now, we have a few things that we can do to focus on. I think like our biggest play is maybe just using our Fan of Waves on their Fusion Strike energies and using Path to the Peak plus Marnie. Now, I don't necessarily think that's going to get us to a strong point by the end of our turn. I think we're probably going to have to use Professor's Research next turn, just with the way that our hand's playing, but we'll just kind of go through their Pokemon one by one. So there already is the catcher. So PJ is playing the more updated catcher version of Mew. Let's see how this plays out for us. The Rose Tower, PJ playing that first, is great for us because we could actually kind of get the lead with our Path to the Peaks. So there's something called Stadium Wars when you're playing Pokemon. If you're the person that plays the stadium first, your opponent can always counter that. If you both play 4, the person who plays it first is going to run out of stadiums first. Think that when you're playing things like Path to the Peak or against Path to the Peak, it could be absolutely huge. So if you play your stadium first, you will run out of stadiums first if you have the same amount of cards in your opponent, because it kind of works like a stack. PJ played Rose Tower, I play Path. PJ plays another Rose Tower, I play Path. PJ plays a Training Court, I play Path. PJ plays last Training Court, I play Path. So if PJ has 3 or 4 stadiums, we'll always lose that war. So we did get a Level Ball, which is actually really cool for us because it allows us to get the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX out with our Evolution Incense. So let's go ahead and go for Level Ball here. And we're going to go Level Ball first for a Drizzile. So Drizzile, we're going to put it on the active one because we're going to use Scoop Up Net to get out of the active spots. So let's go ahead here. Actually, before we do that, let's use Rose Tower. Let's go Evolution Incense because we can kind of make everything happen here. Let's go Evolution Incense, search our deck for Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. We can evolve there. So you can see we have the Scoop Up Net to evolve this one. We can use 2 Shady Dealings off the same Drizzile. We're going to go ahead, go Capacious Bucket, grab a Water Energy. And this way we can actually draw 1 extra card with Rose Tower. And I mean, it ended up being an Inteleon, which isn't going to really help us too much, but it's also not going to hurt us either. We're going to go ahead now and go for Drizzile. I almost want to knock the Mew out. That might not actually be a bad idea. We can go Boss's Orders, knock out that Mew. But I also just don't really want to be dealing with that. I think that we're still in a really good spot. So let's go ahead, do this. I am going to go ahead, search my deck now for a Path to the Peak. And I'm probably going to end up, depending on how many we have there, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, Scoop Up Net and search my deck for a Research. So let's go ahead, Path to the Peak goes in play. So unfortunately that Inteleon's going to go in the discard pile, but we do have 2 more. Let's go Scoop Up Net this Drizzile, so we can get use out of both Shady Dealings, because when it's in your hand, you could use it again. We're going to go ahead and use Sobble here, putting that back down, and let's go for this. And I'm just trying to double check, like, I don't want to be playing Marnie just because. We could also go for Melanie. I don't actually hate the Melanie just to get extra energy in play. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go for Melanie just so we have access to that Inteleon again. The Research might be better. Actually, at the same time, I'm just we have a good chance of getting Melanie off of our prize cards. Yeah, let's just go for research here. I'm fine because if they play Fusion Strike Energy, quick shooting does nothing anyways. So let's pitch this away. Just trying to get set up a little bit more. So we have this. We have access to, I don't think we actually want to pitch anything away from this hands right yet. We can always get something next turn. So let's go ahead and just go Ride of the High King, 10 plus each of their bench Pokemon, and they are weak to us as well. So we're just going to go Ride of the High King there. The boss's play wouldn't have been bad either on the Mew, but PJ has a 3-card hand, is under Path to the Peak, and we just took out Oricorio, which might be annoying to deal with. So I have to see how PJ is really able to kind of come back in this situation. So there's a Fusion Strike Energy. We might just see a Psychic Leap. Catcher, heads. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Okay, so PJ did have another training court. That's fine. We can always just next turn search our deck for Path to the Peak. Really just trying to slow things down again. And if PJ's drawing 2 prize cards here, I'm also fine with that because we could just go 3 prize card, 3 prize card after that. And we'll have to see like if he's able to get anything off this Rotom Phone. It's one of those things where a lot of things could just be like, I'm still trying to figure that out. What is the best way for PJ to kind of deal with this? Fusion Strike system. Will he find the Mew VMAX? Okay, there's Ellis' Sparkle. He might just retreat and hit this for 210 with the Meloetta. And again, I'm totally cool with that. Okay, only the 1 energy. Oh, because he already attached. Interesting. He might have kind of had a rough hand off that. Yeah, there's Psychic Leap. And is he going to go under the deck? And maybe just hope? Okay, I think we should be good. Oh, you want to know what? I think I only have Escape Rope. I don't think... Oh, I have Air Balloon in the deck. Yeah, let's go ahead and deal with that. I think we want to knock this out and just wipe everything off PJ's board. So let's go for Inteleon for Air Balloon. I think we have Air Balloon in the deck. I could have been wrong when I was searching through. There's Air Balloon. Let's go ahead and grab Path. We have Marnie. So we're going to, again, just take all of PJ's resources and just kind of run them back through the deck. So let's go like this. Let's go Quick Ball away this. Search our deck for another Sobble so we have access to that as well. We're going to go Air Balloon. We're going to go Path to the Peak. We don't want to use Training Court because we want to be able to use Melanie so we can have that extra energy in play. And we do have a 4th energy. I think right now we're just going to be kind of chilling with what's going on. So let's go ahead, retreat, send this up. I'm going to evolve this as well because I don't think PJ is going to necessarily do anything. And I want to keep these Drizziles active for like future turns. So I want to be able to search for boss's orders to knock out another Mew as PJ puts it down. Should be pretty good there. Let's go ahead and go Max Lance. So since we're getting the knockout, that's why you want to go for Max Lance. I think that really helps out a lot. There's 250. And again, PJ's under the path with 2 stadiums down. I think that's going to be really painful. And we already drew the boss off our prize cards. So you can see that now that since we had some difficult prize cards to deal with, we're kind of chilling with them now. And if PJ just hits us for 140, that's completely fine. Geez, this guy's able to find all of the all of the stadiums. It's crazy, but you want to know what? That's good because late game, we will be able to go Marnie Path. And I think we're in a really good position where we could just kind of almost checkmate this game. Especially if PJ attacks us with this Meloetta. Because Mew does not really play Marnie or anything else like that. So I think we're pretty good to just be chilling there. So there's the Mew. And I think we're going to be getting hit for 140. And I'm totally cool with that. We could just knock out the Mew as well. Like, I'm totally fine with how that might work out. There's already 1 Fusion Strike energy. But I think the play is actually attaching an energy there, going for Melanie here, and then we're able to kind of have energies wherever we are. So there's Melodious Echo for 140, because I think we want to just boss up one of these to win the game the following turn. So when it comes down to it, we could always get back one of our energies if we want to. Or get back our Air Balloon. So let's actually go for this little sneaky play just in case anything happens. Let's go Air Balloon there. Using the shopping center as much as possible. We're going to go Melanie first before going Drizzile because you never know if you're going to get the card that you want to Drizzile for. We're going to power up this one on the bench. Attach here. So we're ready to go for a kind of Ride of the High King because that gets the knockout. Go for the more efficient abilities. Let's go for Drizzile. We're going to be searching for a path to the peak. There's our path. Again, PJ's used 3 stadiums, so now PJ should only have 1 left, if any. We're going to go ahead, retreat here. And we should have access to win the game the following turn. I think that's really where our big case scenario is. I'm actually going to put this Sobble down just in case we want to have any plays, in case PJ brings up this Sobble, just so we could always search out other things with Drizzile. You always want to have Sobbles on the bench so you are able to use Drizzile. And then we're just going to go right to the High King. Now, as much as I'm concerned, I don't think PJ should be able to knock us out, but if PJ does knock us out, we should be chilling nonetheless. And I think we've only played the 1 Capacious Bucket. We should be able to search out Capacious Bucket next turn, and we should be able to search out something else. We'll have to see how it goes. PJ's probably just stalling us up here, and we have the escape rope in hand to win the game. We're going to give PJ the well played, attaching the energy there. Let's just go ahead and go for escape rope. PJ's got to choose one of these things. One of the Genesects on the bench, and we should be able to finish off this game with max lands. So kind of a perfect game against Mew that worked out really well for us. Ice Rider can certainly be strong. We didn't even have to use Fan of Waves. Path to the Peak can really hold its own in this format. And that's what we got going on for this video today. Shout out to PJ for playing that game against Mew. Sometimes Mew is going to crumble under Path to the Peak, regardless if they're able to find their stadiums or not, because they're still kind of put in some kind of pressure situation where they need to get specific cards, and their deck has a non-specific search, right? If you're not playing Peony in Mew, which I actually do not really like the Peony that much in Mew, I think it's much better to kind of just like, they're just drawing cards, and they can't really necessarily determine the cards they're going to draw, especially when there's like Fan of Waves and Path to the Peak and Marnie and stuff like that. So I think overall the Ice Rider deck performed well. I'd probably do another game if we didn't necessarily get as good as a game, but I think the deck really worked well, been showing what Drizzile and Inteleon could do, how you could utilize Melanie, and how we kind of took that game step by step by step. I'm not going to necessarily create another game state. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish we saw more games. I don't necessarily want to play another game if it's not going to necessarily enhance what the deck can do. That's what these deck profiles are aimed to do. But maybe we'll maybe once PTCG Live, we're gonna get into a little bit more streaming on this channel, so stay tuned for all of that. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, and again, new camera quality. Hopefully it's a little bit better. You can see that I'm paler in HD with the new Sony a6000, and I'm gonna edit it on the new MacBook. I'll probably stop putting these in the videos after this week, just so I could I'm just gonna share how happy I am with all the growth of the channel, and I appreciate all the support from everyone right now. It's really really like amazing, so thank you so much. Literally, thank you so much to everyone. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. It does really help support the channel. I cannot stress that enough. Subscribe if you haven't already. Again, trying to get to the 10K subs. Let me know in the comments what you think about Ice Rider. Totally love to get back to you on your thoughts. If you want to build this deck or any other decks, you can go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code Lesage5, and that will help you save 5% on your next order of codes. With Brilliant Stars coming up, it does really help support me as a content creator if you use that code while you're picking up some PTCGO codes and stuff like that. You could also, if you're looking for some one-on-one coaching, I do coach on Metafy at metafy.gg/@ZachLesage. I can definitely help you grow into the player that you want to be, more in a patient way. It's not like I'm ever going to be, I don't want to be a coach that's like holier than thou, or a coach that's demeaning or anything. I'm very patient. I'm very willing to work with players of all skill levels. As long as you have a willingness to learn and you're just trying to grow as a player, I'm 100% interested in working with you, and excited to really help a lot of players grow and become the next future of the game. So that being said, I do have to go edit this video super quick on the Mac, by the way. I love editing on this Mac. I'll catch up with everyone later. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.